When I was around 13 or 14 years old, my mom got engaged to a guy. We lived in the city for a while before they bought a plot of land in the village about 20 kilometers away from the city. The plot of land had a small one-room house, a barn/garage thing, and a smaller house that was used as storage. We lived in the one-room house while they tore down the barn/garage to build a bigger house. Behind the small one-room house was a path that went through the forest to the sea. About 3 meters into the forest on the path, there is a square plot that is outlined with a large iron chain-link fence, which I learned is a cholera pit from the 1800s. Our plot of land had the forest behind the small house and fields behind the barn. Move into small one-room house. Excited because the plot of land is pretty big and there is a forest right next to it. Fuck yeah, gonna build some secret bases and shit. Some time passes. Have constant feeling of unease during evenings/nights while we live in the small house. Don't dare to look out of the windows for some reason. Feel like I'll be scared if I do. This goes on for pretty much the whole time while we build the house that we are going to live in. Late fall, before it had started snowing. One evening, before we had finished tearing down the barn/garage, sitting outside on the porch, can't remember what I was doing. Start hearing the sound of gravel crunching, like someone walking. Think sound is coming from the storage shack. Listen for a bit before calling out. Hey, anyone there? No answer. Gravel crunching sound keeps moving toward the barn. Just stops when it sounds like it's reached the barn. Get freaked out and go inside. We kept one of our cars in the barn/garage during the winter. Never really liked going in there because it was old and dusty. There is one lamp in the garage, part of the building. Sitting on the porch again, chilling after a long day of playing with friends or some shit. Notice garage lamp turns on. Garage lamp turns off, then it turns on again. Keeps turning on and off for what feels like a minute. Get freaked out and go inside. Hey, Anon, did you go in the garage yesterday? The lamp was on. No. Well, remember to turn it off if you go in there. We tear down the barn/garage to start building the house. Nothing really happens during this period of time, except for the general feeling of unease. And we got a dog. Was nearing the end of summer when we finished building the house. Move into the house. Shit is so cash because I finally get my own room after having lived with both parents in the same room for about a year. Room even has a door to the big ass porch we built. The place where we lived was pretty close to the sea, so from spring to fall, we would have thick fog during the evenings when the air got colder. One evening, the fog was really thick. Making a sandwich in the kitchen, looking out at the foggy fields. Think I spot something standing in the field. It's probably just a bush or a small tree I haven't noticed before, I think to myself. It starts moving slowly across the field. More figures appear and start moving with it. Stand in the kitchen, staring at the moving figures for what feels like 5 minutes. The figures move across the field before they vanish one by one. Freak the fuck out and go and hide in my room. Walking the dog one day. Usually go for walks with the dog around the village. This time decide to go for a walk through the forest, maybe find some cool spots for secret bases. Take the path behind the small house to the forest. Dog is sniffing around, pissing on things. Walk past the plot with the iron chain-link fence. Dog freezes up just as we're halfway past the plot. Stares into the plot and does not want to budge. Have to pull hard to get him to come with me. Dog goes back to normal as soon as we pass the plot. Follow the path all the way to the sea and then go back. Dog freezes up again at the plot on our way back. The path to the sea is about 1 to 1.5 kilometers until you reach the sea. There is an abandoned house about 200 meters from the sea that is just by the path. Really run down and looks like it's about to fall down any day now. Mom tells me not to go in there because it is probably dangerous. One day I'm walking our dog. Walk past the abandoned, run-down house. Think I see someone standing in the window. Dog freaks the fuck out. Freak out and run back home. There is a community building in the village that people can rent out for birthdays and parties, etc. Building is really old, probably from early 1900 to the 1910s. One of my friends has a birthday party there. 2 parents are there as guardians, watching us so we don't break shit. It's gonna be a sleepover. Kids being kids, we're loud as fuck, and just being rowdy. We're watching a movie on the projector in the evening. Have to take a piss really hard because I've been drinking soda. Go find a bathroom. Run into an old lady on the way to the bathroom. Will you kids be quieter soon? She asks. Don't think about it too much and just say yeah. Go do my business in the bathroom. Go back to the room where we are watching the movie. Ask one of the adults who the old lady is. What old lady? It's just us 2 adults here. Get mildly freaked out and return to watching the movie. One particularly foggy evening, sitting in my room playing games on my PlayStation that I just got. First day. Stand up to get some water from the kitchen. Look out of the window in my room towards the forest. From behind the small house, a figure emerges, walking on the path towards the cholera pit. Another one appears from behind the house, and another one. Count to what I think was about 10 or 12 of them. They slowly trundle along the path towards the cholera pit. As soon as they reach the edge of the forest, they start fading away. Fuck that, I think to myself, and pull down the blinds on my windows. Quietly run to the kitchen and get water before running back to my room. Stepdad had put up a motion-activated light because it is dark during the winters. He is working abroad 2 months at a time before coming home for 2 to 3 weeks. Snow has started already falling. Light activates all the time, even though there's nobody outside. Chilling in our computer room, playing Ragnarok online with my friend while we chat on Skype. Mom has not come home from work yet. Lights turn on outside. Look out the window to see if Mom came home. Nobody. Turn back to computer and continue playing. Lights turn on again after a while. Look outside. Nothing again. Think nothing of it and turn back to the computer. Light turns on for a time. Don't bother looking out the window again. Suddenly, hear a loud banging on the window. What the fuck was that? Brenda asked me on Skype. Look out the window and see nobody. Freak out slightly, get up, and pull the blinds down. Probably someone pranking me, I laugh nervously. Mom comes home and tells me to get off the computer and go to bed. Wake up next morning. Look at the snow below the computer room window when I'm leaving for school. No footsteps anywhere close to the window. Feel creeped out. Dog feels restless if he isn't in a room with a human. Follows us around all the time. Mostly my mom. One evening, when I'm home alone with our dog, chilling in the computer room again, playing Vidya. Dog gets up to go drink some water. Starts barking while he's in the kitchen. Yell at him to shut up. Continues barking. I get up and walk into the kitchen. Dog is standing in the middle of the kitchen, staring at the window while barking. See nothing in the window. Grab dog by the collar and pull on him so he comes with me. Whines and puts his tail between his legs before following me back into the computer room. Dog is restless and whines while walking around the computer room. Mom comes home like 10 minutes after. Dog calms down and follows Mom around for the rest of the night. Have reoccurring nightmares where there is people staring in through our windows, or where something is going to see me if I don't hide from the windows. Playing on my PlayStation one evening. Think it was Crash Bandicoot or some other platformer. TV turns to static. That's weird, I think. Stand up to go and turn it off because I broke the remote. Volume on TV goes way up suddenly. Static is loud as fuck. Turn off TV and turn it back on. It's back to normal, like nothing happened. There is probably more shit that happened, but I can't remember it right now. My mom broke up with my stepdad and we moved out after living in the house for like 2 years. Talked to my mom recently about why we moved out so soon after building the house. She says that she felt creeped out constantly while living there. Ask her if she knows if stepdad felt the same. She says that he had not really noticed anything off about the place. Says that it was one of the reasons they broke up. Perhaps it isn't spooky for everyone, but this is something that I witnessed in my teen years. Be me, 16 years old. Went hunting somewhere in the northeast of Mexico. Went with an uncle and cousin, but they are irrelevant. plan was to stay there hunting a day and a half and then return home. We were hunting together, but with no luck. A few rabbits, but not anything bigger in sight. Uncle decides it will be good to split in order to cover more area, and maybe this way spot something good. Okay, I guess. Went to a thick part of the forest and climbed a tree to have a better view of the area. Fell asleep. Woke up in the middle of the night, freezing. Shit. I was about to get down and return to the camp, and then I heard something. Chain rustling sound, not too far from where I was, and some voices. Decided to stay on the tree and try to look for the source of the sound. Caught a glimpse of light from what appeared to be a torch about 100 to 120 meters away from me. What the fuck? The forest wasn't a camping area, and that part isn't very known. Climbed down real slow and quiet to get closer to the light. As I get closer, I start listening to what can only be some kind of chanting in Spanish. Finally get real close. I was scared shitless, but wanted to see. About 10 to 15 people in a circle. White loose clothing, not robes, no shoes, all carrying machetes and other blunt weapons. Single small torch in the middle of the circle. Then I hear the chain rustling again. On the ground, besides the torch, there was this young woman. Looked about 20, naked, strapped to the ground somehow. Looked bruised and hurt, blood coming from her nose. What shocked me most was how broken she looked. Hopeless, hollow, no signs of life even though she was breathing. What I assumed was an older woman started cleaning her up while others chanted. Chanting was not really loud, so I could not hear most of it. Abre la puerta, open the door, came a few times, rest was unintelligible. Then it hit me like a bucket of cold water. I was not supposed to be there. I knew what that looked like, but there was nothing I could do. Started coming back really slow, laying low, trying not to make a single sound. About 50 meters from them, I could not stand it. Turned around and aimed my rifle at the general direction of the light from the torch. Shoot. Heard nothing but absolute silence after the shot. This is bad. Started running like hell back to the camp, which was pretty far away. Never turned back, never looked back. Finally arrived at the camp. Uncle asked me where the fuck I was. Tell him everything. We need to leave right now. Cousin asked him why, but he never answered. Just told us to shut the fuck up about it and never tell anyone about this. Okay then. Packed everything quickly and left. It was about 3 to 4 a.m. when we left. My uncle drove like we were being chased, and perhaps we were. Never saw anything in the local news. With all the girls in the country disappearing, it's hard to track things like this. It haunts me to this day, and feel so guilty about it. So, this happened when I was 12. It was December, and my dad and I were going out to hunt in the game lands of northern Pennsylvania at a camp we have there. For hunting, the conditions were not great. It was warm that year, so there was not any snow on the ground, which made spotting deer hard. That morning, we headed down a main trail, and then off trail for about 2 miles before stopping at a spot we had scouted the day before. It was a good spot. The woods came to a huge clearing full of tall grass. We found a pine tree at the edge of the woods, and me and my dad sat next to each other, facing the clearing. For context, for the next part, hunters in PA are generally friendly. If you see one, it's normal for them to wave, or while they pass through, to come up and say hi, ask how your hunt is going, etc. So it's not out of the ordinary to see a friendly hunter opening day of buck. We were sitting against our pine tree a few hours after sunup when I noticed another hunter walking through the field about 200 yards away. I thought nothing of it. I kept an eye on him, but that's about it. 13 minutes later, I notice him again, but this time, he's 100 yards out. Me being shy at the time, I did not wave, and waited for my dad to wave instead, or make a whistling sound like he normally does. He doesn't. He just stays silent, scanning another part of the woods/field. I thought this was weird, but again, shrugged it off. 20 minutes later, this guy is 40 yards away, and I'm really confused because I knew there was no way my dad did not see him at this point and still made no move to indicate that he saw him. More time passes, and this guy is 25 yards away. But he looks weird. He's shimmery, kinda like a mirage. I could not make out any details. Face, rifle, clothes, etc. As he got closer to our spot, he just kinda melts. It looked like he melted out of existence. When we were out, I asked my dad about it, and he said he didn't see or hear a thing. Hey, hope you've enjoyed the story so far. If you want to hear more, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment because it lets YouTube know you like the content and helps more people to see these videos. My next big goal for the channel is 100,000 subscribers, and as a celebration, I will be doing a Q&A video once we hit that goal. Thank you, and back to the stories. Back when I was in high school, I had a friend named Joe. Joe lived in a farmhouse a few miles outside of town. His parents had some llamas and a little bit of pasture. Joe and I would hang out at his house, stay up all night drinking soda or playing video games or working on old computers that we'd find or scavenge. We are all set to hang out at his house one night because his parents and sister are out of town, which means we can blast loud music all night. Usually, I would take the bus out and then call him from a payphone at a convenience store at the edge of town, and he would come and pick me up. But this time, I did not have any change, and the clerk would not let me use the store phone, so I said fuck it, I will just walk. It's full dark, no moon, and there is a super thick fog out. You can barely see 20 feet ahead of you. Kinda spooked, but whatever. Start heading down the road. On one side, there are woods and occasional farmhouses down long driveways/roads. On the other side are a creek and thick woods. Start walking. After a while, I start to hear some rustling in the bushes on the house side. Figure it's just some raccoons or whatever. Keep walking. Keep hearing slight rustling. Sounds like it's following me. Starting to get a little spooked. After a while, hear a louder rustle in the bushes. I stop and stare intently into the darkness, starting to get pretty freaked out. All of a sudden, completely out of nowhere, I think about that scene in Jurassic Park where Muldoon gets distracted by one raptor while another one sneaks up and ambushes him. As soon as that thought hits my head, I hear a loud rustle in the woods on the opposite side of the road, directly behind me. Immediately start running. Keep hearing noises behind me. Up ahead is a very small, private/rural school. Run directly up to the entrance. Stand under the light and security camera. I figure, if something comes out of the woods and kills me, at least it will be on tape. Across the road is a small dirt road over a bridge that goes across the creek, blocked by a metal cattle gate. Next to it is a big metal apartment-style mailbox directly underneath a tree. Hear rustling across the street again. Can't see anything in the darkness and fog of the woods. The metal gate is slowly moving back and forth, making a quiet metal sound as the wind pushes it gently. Finally start to catch my breath, realize it was probably just raccoons or snakes or maybe even deer, and I feel stupid for being so scared. Right as I start to walk again, I hear a loud slam. Something has come up and hit the metal mailbox across the road. Immediately hear rustling on my side of the road. Start sprinting, and do not stop until I get to Joe's house. Bang on the door. He lets me in. Asks me what the fuck is going on as I am locking the door behind us. I ran so hard I could not catch my breath and was seeing stars. Finally calmed down enough to tell him what happened. He calls me an idiot, and eventually, I calm down and we end up playing Gran Turismo 2 for most of the night. Pass out. Wake up in the morning. Get ready to take off back to town so I can catch a bus home. Start walking back down the road. Feel stupid, but my heartbeat starts to get quicker as I get closer to the school. Come around the corner and see the metal mailbox. Sitting on top of the mailbox is something bright red, the size of a heart. Slowly get closer and realize it's a fucking apple. The mailbox was directly under a fucking apple tree, and one of them fell and hit the box at the exact right moment to scare the shit out of me. Feel like the world's biggest idiot for being so scared of a fucking apple and some raccoons and the wind. Get back to town, take a bus home, take a shower, lay down on my bed and start to chuckle about the entire situation. Then I realize something. The metal gate, blowing slightly in the wind. There could not have been wind, because if there was wind, there would not have been any fog. Something was moving the gate back and forth. Not as scary of a situation as some people have had, but it still freaked me the fuck out. As a precaution, I always made Joe pick me up from then on out. Voice in my head warned me. Be me, 4 nights ago. Been living with tinnitus for a good long while now. For some reason, that night, it was just bothering the fuck out of me. I could not concentrate on the game I was playing on my phone. Put phone down. Cover my ears, knowing full well that won't do shit. That's not gonna help. Hear this shit clear as day. Brush it off. Fuck it. I need to sleep. Lay on my bed. At some point, I probably fell asleep. Suddenly wake up. Can't move. Oh fuck, is this sleep paralysis? Nothing out of the ordinary, at first. Feel wave of inexplicable fear just take over me. Then the pain comes. It's like a leg cramp, but in my head. Then it stops hurting. After the movie, stay on your side of the street. Fast forward to last night. Go see Hellfest with a friend since she did not want to go alone. Movie ends. We talk and take a seat on the benches in front of the cinema. Shady looking dude across the street keeps looking at my friend and me. Remember the voice. Spooked. After a few minutes pass, cop pulls over to the curb across the street. Shady dude pulls out a fucking gun. Don't tase me, bro. Fast forward to about an hour ago. I'm reading a book. Back of my eyes start hurting, then the cramping sensation starts. Just follow what I say, and you will be safe. What? At some point, either before or after that statement, I'd put my book back on the shelf at the foot of my bed. Not sure if that's significant, but I don't remember putting it back, so gonna put it there, just in case it is. I'm actually terrified, X. I don't think I'm going crazy, but this makes me really scared for myself. Can anyone shed some light on this? I've tried Google, but it's just giving me articles on mental illnesses. I wonder why. OP here. Just woke up about an hour ago. Been sleeping since around 4 in the morning. It's currently around 3 in the afternoon at the time of writing this. Wake up because of unbearable pain in my head. Knew that the voice was coming. I remember what this guy said. Basically just yell for it to leave me alone. I don't want a guardian angel or whatever the fuck you are. This is my first time actually trying to make contact with it. The pain goes away. Here it comes. It won't hurt if you just let me in. Let you in? Is this where I die? Accept my help. Are you an angel? No response. A parasite? No response. Think it's finally gone. I stand up and nearly collapse from the sudden pain flooding my head. I'm just someone who wants to keep you safe. I'm on the floor. No dinosaur. I keep quiet. I will talk to you again tonight. Probably stayed there on the floor for a good while before standing up to wash my face. Today is a day off, but I have work tomorrow, and this is the first time the voice has appeared in the middle of the day since it first spoke to me 4 days ago. Telling it to leave did not work. I'm gonna drive to a town about 3 hours away and look for a church there on Sunday, 2 days from now. OP here. Not kill. Just got home from work. Could not post last night because internet was out when I tried to, up until when I had to leave. But I'm copy-pasting shit from Notepad. Basically, I went to sleep at around 11 PM after having a friend over. did not tell them about the voice because I don't want to risk them thinking that I'm a weirdo. I remembered that the voice said it would talk to me again that night. Wake up to a headache. It's 3 in the fucking morning. This one does not feel so bad. Just a throbbing sensation and a dull pain in the back. Pain does not go away fully this time. I tried to make it hurt less. Spend next few minutes nearly chanting for it to leave me alone. I can't do that. Why not? I need you to be safe. Why? You are important. Important? To me, yes. And who are you? That is not important. Kinda is. You just appeared out of nowhere. I've always been with you. Are you an angel? No response. Please, just tell me. No response. I close my eyes, thinking it's gone. Don't go behind the shop alone. I keep that shit in mind. At around 3:15, I realized the voice and the pain was gone. Work in 4 hours. Go back to sleep. Anyway, that was the entire encounter, apparently, as far as I can see, from what I've written down, and from what I can recall. I chose to ignore the warning it gave me though, and I'll post what happened once I've changed clothes and typed it out. Okay, so, bit of background. I work as a private investigator. I'm 21, and I'm still pretty fresh to the whole thing, compared to most of my coworkers, but the pay is pretty good, and I sometimes get bonuses based on the client's discretion. I have the education and the experience as well. Anyway, today, I had to go out with a partner to investigate an apartment complex downtown. Super shitty area, because apparently, one of the tenants may have some information regarding an identity theft case that we're currently working on. I agree. My partner is one of the more seasoned dudes in the place, and he is super chill, so I'm pretty sure we were going to take one of his on-the-job breaks before going back to the agency. All around, a good time for me. Anyway, here is what happened. We get to apartment complex. Partner makes sure he's got his stun gun on him. All I carry on me is a knife because I have not gotten around to getting a license yet. Not really worried since we have not had to use our weapons since I started this job a year ago. Knock on the door of the guy we were supposed to talk to. No answer. We knock again. No answer. Suddenly, the neighboring door opens and this dude just books it away from us. I chase after him. Partner is considerably slower. I start yelling some bullshit about being a cop. Not really a cop though, .kek. We pass a shoe shop. I remember the shop has one of those chain link fences that also has a roof. He turns the corner. I start slowing down to catch some air. If he ducks behind the shop, then I win. If he runs away, then I can't really chase him. I'm too tired. He ducks behind the shop. Got you now, bitch boy. Remember what voice said. I guess I'll die. I turn the corner. Yup, the chain link fence is there, along with the roof. Also a bunch of garbage bags and a dumpster. No sign of the guy though. Figure he is hiding. I stand there for a few minutes, just debating whether or not I should go in and risk probably getting shivved with an AIDS-ridden knife. I pull my knife out. I have a little bit of experience in boxing, but that is about it. If he tries to hurt me, I just gotta stab his ass before he gets me right. Motherfucker jumps out with a fucking handgun. Oh fuck, oh shit. I should have brought a stun gun at least. Feel sudden spike of pain in my head. Oh shit. This is exactly why I wanted to get rid of the voice ASAP. You're an idiot. I gave you one job. I don't want to die. I don't want you to. The guy screams and fucking collapses. I look around. There is nothing there. Then it hits me. Just this wave of unexplainable fear to the point I can feel my entire body just freeze up. Walk away. I walk out of the alley. My partner is there. You good, Anon? Yeah, dumbass had a gun. Call the cops. Everything after that is irrelevant, but I can't shake that feeling of nothing but terror. Like my balls were gonna come out of my mouth from how scared I was. The guy we were chasing was taken in by the cops for questioning, and I had to file a report explaining what happened. At least I did not have to go in for questioning because I was on the job, and the attorney that hired us was buddies with one of the cops that arrived first.